Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today. Folks in Dunkirk woke up to the alerts this morning about problems at the water plant there. Service is out for many homes and businesses due to extremely low water levels. Crews are working hard right now to try to get the water running again, but just what happened and what's next? For those answers, we go live down to Chautauqua County. Channel 2's Joshua Robinson is in Dunkirk. Joshua, what are water plant leaders saying right now?
Yeah, Michael, right now there is a boil water restriction that's going to be in place as a precaution for a minimum of 48 hours throughout the city and town of Dunkirk. I talked to a few business owners here on Central Street, some of which who have had to close down, some of which who are able to stay open, and they're facing very strict limitations. But others, while they're finding ways to stay open, they're telling me that the timing this morning could not be worse. The boil rule is basically a precaution for anything you're ingesting: drinking water, cooking water, water for brushing your teeth. And get this, think about it like this: Good Friday is tomorrow, so a lot of restaurants that are trying to stay open are going to have to deal with quite the headache.
We've got folks in our office right now that are actually contacting all the restaurants, all of the ag and market facilities, and giving them very detailed instructions on what they need to do. And it is up to them to follow these guidelines, because they're all issued permits, and in order for them to be issued a permit, they have to follow health department guidelines.
As for how all of this started, we know that it started at some point yesterday afternoon in an accident that was caused by a contractor who accidentally punctured a water line. Earlier today, you mentioned, Michael, the water levels were considered critical. I've had multiple county officials though tell me just in the last half hour, though, that they're restoring the water very quickly, and in the past few hours, it's actually risen outside of that critical level, and it could be restored if things continue at this pace in the next 8 hours. As for that water boil restriction that I mentioned earlier, once that 48-hour period is over, that is not technically the end of it. Officials are going to have to go through and test 2 different samples of the water to make sure that the bacteria levels are once again safe for consumption. And at the rate the water conditions are improving right now, we could actually see that happen and change and possibly be lifted by the middle of the weekend, well before Easter Sunday. Reporting live in the city of Dunkirk, Joshua Robinson, Channel 2 News.